welcome everybody to another edition of Your Health Matters. Today is a very, very, very special edition of Your Health Matters. It is December and it is time for the opening up a new me for the holidays, for Christmas. And today we have our first panel, not our only, but our first panel of guests that will be talking about how they have volunteered to be my special panel today for the opening up a new me for the holidays. During this process, these women have really been working very hard at changing their lifestyle. Nothing is easy. It really is not. But I can say that with a little bit of determination, these women have really, really changed a lot of things around, and I am so very proud of them. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Shay Brown Brown. I am a family nurse practitioner. I'm an obesity management specialist. I am a personal trainer. I am a plant-based nutritionist, and I am also a cannabis medical provider. I am the CEO and founder of Fit for Life, and I also do family nurse practitioner work at Total Healthcare here in Baltimore as well. I do have hours to where I work telehealth with them, Fit for Life, to where we are taking on new clients. And in Fit for Life, our main focus is disease prevention and health maintenance. And with our focus, we have been making a lot of great changes. So today we are going to start talking about some of those changes with our panel of guests that we have here today. So we are going to start with our top corner here with Miss Bev. Beverly, can you please introduce yourself to our audience today?
Hello, everyone. My name is Beverly Orr Kersey, and I am excited to be here tonight.
Okay, and then we have down at the bottom, Miss Kiara.
Hey, everybody, Kiara, aka Key, and I'm excited to be here tonight as well.
All right, and my aka Woo.
Rhonda Y, aka her Woo, nobody else's Woo. Excited also to be here. Thank you.
All right, so we are excited and we already have our first person. Hello to all. So proud of you ladies. Yes, loving the success stories. Let's get it started. So we are going to start today. All right, so I have questions that I would like to ask you ladies, okay? I know that Fit for Life has been playing a big part in you ladies' lives, and we're going to talk about that as well. But I want to talk about what really got you ladies started with your health. So some of the questions that I have for you guys, and again, like I was telling our audience, I really wanted them to chime in because some of these things are, related to self, So what were some of your struggles? I mean, we can start with you, Beverly. I mean, what were some of your struggles with your weight?
Well, definitely just out of breath, just being tired, fatigue, couldn't sleep, or, when I wanted to walk a great distance, just being out of breath. And when you're overweight, and I was overweight, it can lead to that depression. Like, I didn't want to shop, and I work retail. So imagine me not wanting to go shopping, and I work in a clothing store. So it's just when depression hit in, you don't feel good about yourself. So I was struggling mentally and physically. And I was just tired and ready to get back into shape.
Okay. What about you, Kiara? What were some of your struggles?
Some of my struggles were just a lot of it was just not liking what I saw when I looked in the mirror. I know that, later on, and I guess I don't want to jump too far ahead, but there was some health challenges, that came along with it. But I think initially, before, I started experiencing any type of effects that were apparent to my health, it was just not, I didn't want to take pictures. I didn't want to, if I did take pictures, I wasn't smiling. I was feeling really bad about myself. And, just unhappy, in general. And so it's kind of like a downward spiral, right? Like one thing just turns into the next. So if I'm not happy with the way that I look, then I eat. And then I'm not happy with the way that I feel because I ate. And then so I eat some more because I'm depressed, so it was a lot of mental struggles with it, and, most definitely physical.
Absolutely, absolutely. What about you, Rhonda? What were some of your struggles?
Some of my struggles were the yo-yo diets. Everyone, the quick fix, people saying, hey, you take this, you can do the apple cider vinegar, or you do the boiled eggs. Okay, you lose the weight for the 1 week, and then you're gaining it right back because it's not a lifestyle change. You keep doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. And I just was tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired. It got to the point going to the market. You gotta get a cart. You only get a little bit of stuff, but I'm using that cart. I'm laying on that cart as I'm pushing that cart through the market, through the store, and things like that. So that the struggle is like my kids looking at, Mama, why do you need a cart? Well, I need this. It's to hold my purse. I'm giving excuses. It's just to hold my purse, but you can hold your purse. I was just tired of just being tired, not getting enough rest, thinking, okay, if I eat this, how much? And I didn't want to even look at labels and things like that. So I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Those were the struggles that I was dealing with, not being able to run or walk. Knee problems. And I would always say, oh, I got knee problems. That was my crutch. Blame it on something of my knee. I can't do this, whatever, because my knee. No, miss, you obese. You need to lose some of the weight. So struggling with that.
So, question for you, ladies. Did you ladies were you overweight as children?
Never. I ran track. I was a cheerleader. I was no. I got my husband wearing my little 6-pack with my little sports bra. That was our first date. So I was never overweight until after the kids came.
Okay.
Right. That part.
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing for me. I was very y'all know my height, but I was a beanpole. I would eat I could barely eat a whole hot dog and not be full. Like I just didn't eat a lot. I was very active, and my story was the same as Rhonda's. After my first child, which I guess they say you gain the most with your first, I just blew up like crazy, and then it just from there it began to be a struggle.
What about
Mine
you, Bethany?
was
What about you, Beth?
Mine started probably about 5 to 6 years ago. I think I just got tired of like going to the gym or working out. So I was like, I'm gonna take a break. And that break went on and on and on and on and on
Right.
and on and on and on until I looked in the mirror and it was like, oh my, you got to do something about it, especially when your health and you don't feel good about yourself. So I knew it was time to get my weight back in check.
Right. So, another question I have for you, ladies. Now that you guys have started the process, do you feel that you wish that you had gotten started earlier? And if you do wish that you had
Yeah.
earlier, why? The question is, why do you feel that you wish that you had gotten started earlier? Rhonda, I'm gonna start with Rhonda first.
Why do
I
I
think that you
wish?
and I had that conversation when I was driving down 95, and I was like,
Well,
"You're gonna wait till you turn what age?" And I'm like, "Oh, but at least you coming out, girl."
no, I mean, I had a goal at that point because I was having this big party and I wanted to be cute. And so I just wanted to lose the weight. And then I was like, I done lost the dang weight. Why did I wait to this point? I should have been done this. But I had people telling me, girl, you got curves. You look good. I would love to have that. You don't know what I look like outside of these clothes. I don't want my stomach to be flat over top of my underwear and things like that. So I just wish I would have done it a little sooner. But I'm glad I've done it now. Especially seeing Miss Ernestine. How old is she? Like 80 something years old.
86.
Miss can wear a two-piece. I'm striving. That's my inspiration. She's my shero. I'm striving to get to that body frame. But yeah, I'm mad that I waited this late. But I can't stop now. I got to keep on going because I feel cute. I look good. My husband is excited for me as well. So, yeah.
No, you can't stop, Miss. You gotta. I'm cracking.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Cracking the whip on you. No ma'am,
I
no
like
ma'am.
that.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. What about you, Kiara? Now that you started the process of a healthier lifestyle, do you wish that you had gotten started earlier? And if you do wish that, why do you wish that?
Definitely wish that I would have gotten started earlier, for multiple reasons. Um, One of the main reasons is just being able to make healthier choices, as far as my diet is concerned. I think that even now, to be quite honest, in all transparency, even now, I don't cook as often as I would like to. So I'm now trying to backtrack and retrain my brain, into doing that. Not necessarily doing fast food, but still not, cooking as much as I would like to and cooking healthier meals. The second reason being is that now, my children have adopted some poor eating habits. As a result of me and my husband, because let's be honest, they're children, so they're only going to have access to what you give them. And so now baby girl is having some, she's overweight. It's not like extreme, but now I have to try to figure out a way to help a 10-year-old, because she can't do, she can exercise and eat better, but she can't do some of the things, that I'm doing. And so I think that getting an earlier start would have better prepared me in all of those ways, and probably saved me, some of the knee issues and blood pressure issues and all that other stuff that I had going on at one point in time.
Absolutely. And how about you, Beverly?
I definitely wish I would have started earlier, especially with my eating habits, learning how to eat healthier. I think for me, doing that, or if I would have started before, like I had a scare with high blood pressure, even though I don't have it and they didn't put me on the medication. It was a time that it was high and I thought I was going to have to do it. So adopting to this better eating and exercising have really, really helped my health.
Good job.
So definitely, I wish I would have started earlier.
Okay, good. So we have a question from Stephanie Glenn. Do any of you have overweight children? And if so, what are you doing to help them learn to eat right and lose weight? Here, I think that you were just talking about that. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on what you're doing with your daughter?
Sure. So she is 10 and she's probably about, if I had to put a number on it, I would say about 10 pounds overweight. So nothing extreme, but definitely, she's small framed like I am. And so I have been trying to help her incorporate more water because, the kids, I don't allow my children to have soda, like period. But the juice, so trying to make sure that she gets the water in. And what I find the most challenging in that is that she goes to school all day. And so we're together, for about an hour in the morning. So it's a very small window of time where I can really monitor her water intake. And then in the evenings, it's just a few hours before bedtime. And so I'm just trying to incorporate more water, trying to get her more active. Of course, she can't go to the gym with me because she's too young. And then we have now the weather issue, it's kind of cold to have her out there too long, but trying to get her as active as often as I can with me, more water, and substituting, making better snack choices, because the cookies and the donuts and the cakes and pies and all of that kind of stuff. So not totally depriving her. I will let her have stuff with lunch, but instead of like 2 snacks, you can maybe have like a cookie, and then you take an apple, or you take a banana, or you take, something, so you have your better balance. So that's kind of what I'm doing with her. And I do notice that in the warmer months, she's slimmer, because now, I mean, we talked about this on another platform. The children she has PE once a week. She has recess for 15 minutes. That is just, I mean, it's almost impossible during the school day to get any physical activity. So we really have to kind of try to double up at home.
What about you, Rhonda?
My son had a problem with that when he was 13 or 14. He's 15 now. So I had to incorporate healthier snacks. You know how you go to school and you can buy anything. And I had to go on his link of the school, my school bucks or whatever, and say, no, you can't do this. You can't have, just straight here. Because he was using to get extra danishes, donuts, those cookies, and then bring them home to me, knowing I like them too. So we had to put a hold on that. His doctor said that he was on the verge of being diabetic. I'm like, he's so young. So it said it's the carbs. It was because of the flour and stuff like that. So got him the Apple Watch. Started doing things here. This boy done shot up. COVID was awesome that COVID hit, because we could able to see what food he was eating. I gotta buy the food. So he can't be eating all the junk, because I gotta bring the stuff in the house in order for him. So COVID made this boy slim down, because I'm buying everything. He started making healthier choices. His salads, he started making his own little to-go stuff, that prepping his meals the night before. I'm like, where you learn this stuff from? But he was watching me, trying to do my stuff. If I paid my brother-in-law to make me some food or whatever, he was like, okay, I can do that or whatever. So he started doing his Apple Watch. Water intake, yes, because I'm not buying sodas. I stopped the juice cups long time ago. Water, that's all we getting is water. You can drink some milk. And then when I bring in the orange juice, they're killing it. I said it's for your vitamin C, but yeah. But just incorporating what we need to do. Then he had a chart. He made a chart for himself to see how much exercise he can do throughout the week.
Wow.
And y'all seen Braxton. He was a little chubby before. And so then after you came back from COVID and seeing 2022 this year, y'all saw the boy shot up.
Yeah, he's slimming up.
Slimming up. His doctor said, what are you doing? Because you look good. Because and his BMI is awesome. Everything is awesome about this boy. So now he's in culinary school at his school. He's bringing bad habits into the house because he wants to bake cookies now. No, son. We're not going backwards.
Yeah.
We're not going to go backwards. That's what we're not going to do. So he's like, okay, what if I have it once every 2 weeks or something? You got to set boundaries, because I don't want to deprive him of anything.
Right.
But my thing is, you look at it in the mirror, you see that you're doing well. You're on a roll. Your doctor has given you a full bill of health to say you're doing an excellent job. You don't have to start pricking yourself for anything for diabetes. So let's keep it going. So
right.
You can only get it from watching his parents and stuff like that. So
how about you, Bev? I know your son is grown, but did you ever struggle with overweight problems?
Never. I was the type of mother, I never purchased junk food. The only type of candy he ate as a kid was Skittles. His junk food was pickles. So I was, yes. So I probably deprived him. He always ate yogurt and not ice cream. So, but he was a ball player. So he grew up playing basketball. So he always stayed fit. And I probably deprived him. But yeah, but to
probably
this
being
day,
a mommy dearest. No wire hangers.
he doesn't eat junk food. He's not a junk food eater.
Well, you know what? I can say that I have 2 daughters, and one, I can say that she is a carb eater. And the other one, she's a whippersnapper, that Madison. I think everybody knows that Madison. But I can say that I try not to deprive my children, because people know me as being the health child for better health. But I try and let my children enjoy life. But then again, I also have to be very vigilant of chronic illnesses and diseases that I know that my children can get. So with my children, I can say that with mine, I'll let Madison know. If you eat that, you know you got to put a couple of 2 more rounds around that rotunda. And those that are on Facebook know that Madison hits that rotunda. Okay. We do videos, even if I'm not out there with her, I'm Madison out there hitting the rotunda. I don't care if she walks, run, she can crawl, but you will hit that rotunda. If you feel that you want to eat extra, whatever, all right, then fine. This is our bargain. You will hit the rotunda. Yeah, you cannot run a bad diet, but our kids, their metabolism is a lot faster than ours.
Mm-hmm.
And they will burn the weight off faster than we will.
Mhm.
So these are things that I do with her as well. In the mornings, you know, I get up and we start to prepare her breakfast now. And we have like berries. I get up and I put berries, strawberries, granola, coconut yogurt, and I sprinkle a little bit coconut flakes on top, and have her some almond milk, and she eats that for breakfast. And I might even have like a little half of a little bagel for her, and that's what she has for breakfast. For dinner, you know, her dinner's already fixed. Just her food is already pre-made for her in the refrigerator. Where when she gets home, she goes in the refrigerator, she grabs it. Because normally what she would do, she would go in the refrigerator. I mean, she would go in the cabinets or whatever, and she loves potatoes, which is like very high in carbs. Okay. And she would get the potatoes and she would nook them, because Madison is learning how to cook now. She would nook the potatoes and she would go and get her butter. Her dad is not vegan and he gets the real butter. I have vegan butter and she knows which is vegan and she knows which one is real. Okay. She knows. So she goes and get the real butter. But now she has like her vegetables. She has her chicken that is grilled chicken that is in the refrigerator for her. And she has like those little small little potatoes. And it's like maybe 4 or 5 little small potatoes, not a lot, but it's a meal in there and it's already pre-made for her. And she has a section that has Madison in the refrigerator now. And as a child that has autism, they have to have a routine. And she sees this routine and she is learning to adjust to that routine. So, but the other child that's in college, with her, I have to stay on top of her, call her first thing in the morning. Mom, I've already been to the gym. Mom, I know I can't have this. Mom, I'm not doing this at the car. Because she knows how I am. And it's not a nagging thing. She knows that our family, both sides, have diabetes. And she knows that her doctor already said they have hyperinsulinemia, which is like a door to diabetes. Okay. And she don't want to have that. So she is really trying to get on top of her weight as well. So yeah. So that's what we're doing with our kids. So I mean, that was a question for all of us because we all have kids. So we have Miss Victoria Green. Those of you that have husbands, what challenges do you have trying to encourage healthy eating habits with your husbands? Oh, okay. Well, ladies, y'all want to answer that? Because I'm like,
that one not for me.
I already told my husband, honey, look, you've been eating too many ribs and you've been drinking too much liquor. It is time for a detox. You know what my husband said? Okay. And that was the end of that. Now, what are you ladies doing?
Starving him. It's like he look, that's what he tells everybody anyway. Talk about I be starving him. But what challenges trying to encourage healthy eating? So what's the short answer? Used to have a lot of challenges, honestly. Used to have a whole lot of challenges because his thought process was, oh, well, you know, I'm happy. I'll be fat. I don't care. You know, as long as you love me, then I don't, you know, and I'm sitting here like, well, I mean, of course, you know, for better or worse, but like, dude, like when his blood pressure started becoming an issue, that's when I had to put the hammer down. And you talk about drill sergeant, like I'm not playing, because I'm like, first of all, you're not about to leave me here with these churn getting on my nerves, number one. With these churn getting on my nerves. But you know, I need you to be around. And so, you know, I just had to really get, you know, strict with him because he didn't have a lot of willpower. Like he's one of I can go in a room full of people eating pizza, subs, chicken boxes, all the things, and I can eat a salad and be okay. If it's there, he's going to eat it. And so, yeah, it was a combination of tough love, a lot of fussing, a lot of couch sleeping probably, and attitude and all of that stuff. And so now, but when his blood pressure started to get, really high, though, he did become alarmed. He was concerned. He knows that many men in his family before him died early. Like when I say early, I mean like 50 ish from heart attacks and hypertension and stuff like that. So now not so much a struggle, but it definitely getting here to this point. Whew, child, I'm tired even thinking about it, but we're here and we're working together as a team. So,
okay. What about you, Will?
I don't think it was a challenge. When I told Tony I was working out with you, what vegan? I'm not doing vegan. I said, it's not vegan, sir. It's not vegan. I like meat, just like you like meat. So we're going to eat our meat. It's just, I need to make healthier decisions. I might have to have a colorful plate. This is a colorful plate. This is what Shay always says, colorful. Taking pictures of my colorful plate. So when I have my chicken here, I got to have all these, my peppers and tomatoes and all that in one section. So I like to show everything. So he's been looking and the food I'm eating, and he was like, when you dropping weight, if you make me my food and mine looks like that, then hey, I don't have a problem. Now he really doesn't have a problem because I'm off the blood pressure pills. And he was like, what? You off pills? You losing weight? You gonna be putting on other clothes trying to get no. I ain't looking at nobody else. I see you.
It sounds like me, Sean.
You dropping the weight and everything. And you looking over at me because but you're gonna drop your weight just like that. So you're gonna drop weight or whatever. But he's just looking like, don't be talking about me because I ain't losing. I'm not talking about you, but I'm hoping you'll be your inspiration. Because he's not fat and overweight.
No, he's not.
Like that. But I have no challenges with him. He sees what I'm doing and he wants to do it too. So, and he is doing. He's benefiting from it. Because what you eating? I'm eating it. I want that too. Oh, I didn't know to ask you. So here you go. Here's your food.
Well, ladies, since we are talking about weight, do you mind telling our audience how much were you when you first started? Not how much were you. How much have you lost? That's what I meant to say. How much have you lost?
Okay.
That's what I want to know. And I mean, to be honest with you, what I would like to hear is your story. And how much have you lost? Tell your audience your story and how much have you lost in that time? And will please be gentle with me. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to have Beverly or Kirsty go first.
Oh, so I'm the nice one.
Yes, you are.
You are.
Actually, when I first, I'm sorry, my phone just fell. I guess I was a little, but when I first, let's just go back because I know we got some before and after pictures, but I was at my highest right at 200 pounds when I first started. So I was right around 202, I think. Right, Shay, about 202, 205. And right now I am at 169. So
yes.
I am not where I want to be or where I should be, but I am nowhere near where I started from. So I'm excited. And, for the longest I was telling Shay and Rhonda how I don't like the scale. Like, they are not my friend. Like, I didn't want to weigh in, and it's all about that accountability piece. But I shine like, no, I don't want to weigh in. No, I don't want to do it. But it kept me on target. And plus, Shay, she had almost everything but a belt, behind me, making sure that I stayed on track. So, but yeah, that was my heaviest. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Beverly. Kiara?
Sorry, Shay.
Sorry, what it was how much weight loss and what was the other part of it?
She lost I can't remember. She's
no, what was
what's the question?
Now.
The question.
I know I said be gentle. I know I said be gentle. Oh my gosh. The question was, story. How much have you lost?
Yep.
Tell us your story, especially you, Key. 'Cause
Um,
I told you better not come back.
Oh, listen, I'm that's going to be part of my story, okay? I'm not going back. You know how I'm not going back? Because I purposely got rid of clothes.
All
So
right.
as my weight was coming down, what I did was, as I was losing weight and dropping pant sizes, I was getting rid of like the biggest thing that I had, and then I was still holding on to the medium thing because I didn't want to have to keep like running to the store every 5 minutes. But every
Right.
time I came down, so from the size 15, almost 16 to 7, 8 now, I got rid of everything. I'm not going back. There's no point in me keeping. Now, the funny part about it is all the years while I was overweight, I kept the smaller clothes because that was kind of my motivation. And I felt like someday I was determined to get back into those clothes. But the bigger stuff, oh no, it had to go. It went straight to donation. But I'm at a total loss of 55 pounds right now. I started at 193, at 4'11". So for y'all who don't know me personally, that's pretty bad. That's pretty big. And I'm now at 138. And so,
Woohoo!
thank y'all. Thank y'all. But it's been a journey, and I'm sure we'll get to some more of that stuff later on. But I was the exact opposite of Beverly. I live on the scale. You know why I do? I know that we're not supposed to, but I get on the scale almost every day, and I do it for a reason. I gave myself a 10-pound window. And really, I'm about to bump it down to 5 now. 10 is too much. It's once you get to 10, it's too much. So I gave myself a 10-pound window. And I'm weighing myself every day at the same time a day, so that for accountability purposes, because if I know that I haven't drank all my water, or if I have a cheat meal, I want to make sure that if the scale is tipping in the opposite direction, that it doesn't tip too far. And so, yeah, the scale's my BFF. And when I get on there and it's like 3 or 4 pounds, I'm like, oh no, I done too much. And let me hurry up and get it back together before I be buying some bigger clothes.
All right. So, Woo. Hi. Hi, Woo.
Hey. So I'm gonna tell my story.
Go ahead, Woo.
I was at my heaviest at 234 pounds. That's after the second child in 2007. Been struggling with the weight ever since. 204 right now. And it's going up and down. 205, 204, 203. I know from my party on October the 29th, I was 201. So now it seems to be creeping up. And I mean, it's fluctuating because the holidays, I'm going to put it on that. It's the holiday season. I love the curves that I have. I don't want to get to the point that I don't have my curves. So I'm at a 12, 14 right now from a 16, 18. So thankful for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome, Rhonda.
All the claps,
Awesome
all the
job.
snaps.
What'd you say? Snap.
Snaps and claps.
Oh, snap. Yes. So, what is it? I was on, blood pressure medicine, 10 milligrams for about 7 or 8 years. They said when you get pregnant, your kids make your pressure go up or whatever. No, it was because I was eating. Okay, so lost the weight. Doctor told me on November the 28th was my appointment. She said, Miss, your diet is under control. I didn't like the word diet because it's a lifestyle change. But I let her get away with saying diet because she took me off the birth control. Took me off the blood pressure pill. So I'm like, whoop, whoop, I'm doing it. Oh, I came home. I threw the stuff in the trash because I said, I don't need this. I'm not going back. So what else? That's my story. That's my story. Because I'm on nothing. I just take a vitamin if I feel like it.
I know that's right.
Awesome job.
I like it.
She just
Yes.
take her
I
vitamin.
take a vitamin. I don't have to take no blood pressure pills. Praise Jesus. I don't have to cut it in half no more. I'm done. So
Wow, that's
my
awesome.
testimony.
That's awesome.
So we have another question from Miss Victoria Green. Do you have to constantly change up your routine or food choices as a result of hitting your plateau?
Yeah,
Yes,
it'll
definitely.
change that
Yes.
thing up.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Because your body will get used to the same old stuff. I said, no. Let me put more roughage in there. Let me put more greens and stuff like that in there. Let me add some beans to it and change it up. Now, my husband don't want me to add no beans to it, but hey,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Not
It is.
only changing up what I eat, but like my exercise, like maybe instead of riding my bike, maybe on my treadmill, instead of on my treadmill, maybe power walking. So it's changing up both for me.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have a question from Janine Cochran. Emotional support play a big part in losing weight. So, who motivates you? Oh
Ooh.
Lord, please be gentle with me again. Who motivates you the most in your journey to a healthier lifestyle?
Woo. The one that
Motivate.
calls before the sun rises and be
Oh
screaming through the
God,
The
phone.
no!
one, yeah, the one is Shay's wondering what you're eating. I'm wondering, Miss. It's just the day just started. You didn't know. I didn't know movement, Miss. Let me get the day started.
She
I
clocking
know.
that ring.
Yes.
She
Hey,
clocking the ring.
she got too much access.
Yes,
You got
too
too much
much.
access when you got this Apple Watch and Shay can see, oh, Shay's wondering, you've not moved today. Did you do a stand go? No. Did you how many steps have you taken? That's my motivation. I just want to just take the whole watch off and just put it down and be like, look, I'm sick. But
Are
she
you
Oh
up
my.
motivates.
yet? Or did you leave your watch at home? Which one is
Right.
it?
Yeah. Because if you don't
Beverly.
get your she gonna text you. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that was a really good question though, because like all jokes aside, I'm sure that all three of us and many other people, have Shay as part of our support system, and sometimes honestly. I know, at least for me, I need that tough love. I need
Yes.
that, that drilling, that because we'll backslide or we'll slip a little bit, or even just fall back, or like Rhonda was saying, holiday
Can we get a
time.
day off?
You know,
Can we just
that
get one day off?
holiday time is definitely, if you stay on the wagon for the whole rest of the time, holiday time is almost guaranteed where people are going to steer a little bit, a lot. But on my end too, I really like the emotional support question, because for me, maybe not as much support for my children, but motivation for my children. And I wanted to kind of get that in my video, but I didn't want to be like super duper long-winded. But my children are my biggest motivation. Like, even though I want to do this for myself and I want to feel better and I want to look better, I want to be able to be around for them. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to not only be able to be here, but to play and run and get down on the floor, and play with toys, or play catch in the yard, or take a jog, or swim, or, any of the things that physical activity, that so many people are deprived of doing because of a poor lifestyle. So I put them at the forefront. And like Rhonda was saying about the blood pressure, I was on 2 blood pressure medications. It was that high. It was mostly my bottom number was like outrageous, but the top was a little high too. And when I got on the blood pressure medicine, that was just, I don't think we had like rock bottom or life changing defining moments on here, but that was it for me. Like, when I got put on 2 blood pressure medications, I was like, okay, no, something's got to give, because I don't want to, I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to have a stroke. I don't want to die. So that was it for me. And I'm now off of both of them as well. So
Awesome.
Awesome. Great job, P.
thank y'all.
Awesome.
So, we have another question here, but I want to ask, can you ladies just tell the audience, how did you do it? I mean, what process did you do to lose your weight? What was your process? I mean, how did you get it off?
My
Beth?
process. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry. Go
sorry.
ahead. Will, go ahead. Will, go
Oh
ahead.
no. Let the good child go first.
Well, I don't know. After her last answer, I don't know if she's a good child anymore.
I am. I
Yes.
really am. But
No.
actually, it started with well, really, Shay, you mapping out a food that I should eat that's gonna help my my metabolism, you know. So I worked with you closely. You gave me the list of food that was good for me. And then we started with my eating habits. Like, you know, I don't cook. So
Great.
it was more like you fixing the food for me, which I'm grateful. The soup, the tea. So it's just learning how to eat right. And then you told me, okay, with you eating like this, you got to do that 60 minutes cardio. You got to do it at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. So actually, you giving me the plan was just like a no brainer. Like, why wouldn't I do it? I got somebody that's showing me how to eat right, how to adopt, you know, eating healthier into my life. So yeah, of course I'm gonna do it. So that's how it. That's how I got started. So.
Will?
I got started the same way. I'm a visual person, and I need someone to show me how to eat so that I can incorporate it in my regular day to day. She showed me how to read the labels, look at the trans fat, look at the fat. I'm like, okay, all right, but this only has this. Look at the protein. So I'm doing my shakes. I had to make sure my premier shakes were good. Also, the time of day that I'm eating. So I was doing the intermittent fasting, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I don't eat after 7 p.m. at all, period. I don't eat at 7 a.m. first thing in the morning. I usually eat around 9, but that's my time frame because I go to bed early. Like, it's just bedtime now. So, yeah, with the 7 p.m. not eating, that means I'm going to bed by 9 o'clock. So 2 hours. So I'm not just going to bed after I just ate a meal. So by 9 o'clock, I'm in the bed. My Apple Watch is set up to, she told me to burn 1,200 calories for the day. So that's with that cardio, at least 60 minutes of the cardio. You don't have to do it every day because your body needs to rest. So I was doing it 4 days a week. 4 days a week of the cardio, of running or whatever. And then with my steps, 10,000 steps in a day, you're gonna lose some weight. If you're doing 10,000 steps every day, 7 days a week, it's gonna be at least a pound. That's what someone told me, and it's worked. So reading labels, shape, pinpointing of things of what I should eat to make it not boring. So I just didn't want to have boring meals. I didn't want to eat the same thing every day. Then telling me, okay, you can't have the processed food. Stop putting that cheese in there. Oh, well, I need a piece of cheese on my eggs. No, you don't need it. Okay, I'll just make a veggie omelet with no cheese and make it colorful for you. So every time it's a mental thing. When I'm looking at my plate of food, I'm like, that's Shay telling me you cannot have that. So it's like, do I post this online or do I just go ahead and just eat it? That's that accountability. So that's how I do it. That's the intermittent fasting. My doctor told me, well, that's not a lifestyle change because you're not going to keep continuing to do it. I said, listen, this is baby steps. This was 3 months ago when I told her, this is baby steps. This is what I'm going to do. Watch me in 3 months. And then that's when I came back. Watch me in 3 months and how I dropped away. She said, oh my goodness, you've lost 10 pounds since 3 months ago. I know. That's why I wanted to keep this appointment. And I made sure it was right after Thanksgiving to let you know I'm not going back. I will not.
That's right.
Can't
Good
stop,
job.
won't stop.
You tell them. And you know what? As a healthcare provider, I hate when they tell you, well, you can't do that because that's not a lifestyle habit. They know nothing. They teach us nothing about nutrition, number one.
Nothing.
The only reason why I know because I took a different school, learned about plant-based nutrition. That's the only way I know about nutrition because I went to school for it. The only way I know about the mechanics of the body because I went to school for that. The only way I know about the science of the body because I went to school for that as well.
So they keep telling you, they keep saying, lose the weight. How? Well,
they don't know.
Eating this. Stop
They
eating
don't
that.
know. They don't know.
Stop eating the sugary cereals. I don't eat the sugary cereals. It's
They
like,
don't know.
it was nothing. So I appreciate you making it plain, breaking it down so I could see what it is that I need to do to get to this point. And then I don't like the charts, first of all. at my doctor's office talking about I should be 160 or 155. You're obese. Like, my gosh, everybody's obese. I'm yeah.
What do we look at? Well, there's on now to let people know a little bit more about what I have been doing with Rhonda. We have an app, okay, and Rhonda is part of my app, and Beverly is part of my app as well. Kiara, she's part of my detox on a different program, but Beverly and Rhonda, they are part of the app to where they have to log in their meals. They have to weigh in, check in every Sunday. If you guys ever see on Sundays, when I say weigh in, check in, is via Zoom. This is what people that know, they know about that weigh in, check in. So what we do, there's an app to where they have to take a picture of their food. They have to weigh in, they have to check in. And on those times, we don't really talk about the weight. We talk about those important numbers, which is one, the visceral fat. And they know the visceral fat has to be less than what, ladies?
10.
That's right. 11, really. But, 10 is good. But we want it to be less than 11. The body fat percentage has to be less than 33.
33.
That's right. The BMI has to be less than 24.9. But then again, my BMI is 25. And they say that I'm overweight. Everybody knows that I'm Shay Brown overweight, really? Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But the BMI is always going to be elevated because I have more muscle than I do fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what is weighing my muscle. But I teach my clients to really focus on the body fat percentage and the visceral fat. That visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your important organs, which is your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver. And those are the numbers that they need to focus on. And by them focusing on those numbers, they drop that weight. Why? Because they know that having that fat around that heart, the heart can't pump like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It might be at risk for a heart attack. So, well, I can't have that. No, sir. I got to get my visceral fat down, not the scale, the visceral fat. So they're all a part of that app. So as Rhonda's saying, should I take a picture of my colorful plate? Yes, she should take a picture of her colorful plate because I need to see what she's eating. I'm sorry, boo. I had to see what everybody is eating. With Beverly, I already know what she's eating because I feed her. All right. But I need
I don't cook.
She's the freeloader. But I'm sorry, I don't know anybody that makes six figures in a freeloader. I've never seen that. Sorry to tell you business, Bev. But I know what she eats. Okay. But that's what they do.
Listen, as good as that food is, I'll be freeloading too. You're lucky I don't be popping up on you. I'm not that far away.
I know, right? So Kiara, tell us how you lost your weight. I mean, just be completely honest. I mean, I know that I played a little bit of a role into it, but just explain to people how. I mean, look, you didn't wake up like this. They want to know how you did it.
So mine was like a hardcore period of time with a combination of things. I always tell people it's a combination of things. It was not one thing. It was not two things. It was probably like 5 or 6 things. I went like, I was not playing. I eliminated meat from my diet. I adopted a pescatarian diet in 2019. And still, I don't ever plan on going back to meat. But when people tell me how crazy I am and ask me, well, how did I possibly do that? And blah, blah, blah. I did it because I knew that if I kept it I really never was a red meat eater too tough, but bacon, hot dogs, and chicken. I wasn't about to be broiling nobody's chicken or baking nobody's chicken. I was frying it and I was eating the hot wings and all the things, right. And a ton of carbs. So seafood only, and some vegan, some vegetarian stuff in there as well. Cold turkey, getting rid of a lot. Like there was no moderation for me. Because I needed to set myself up for the best level of success for me. And so I know that everybody can't do it, but I knew that if I kept certain things, potatoes is a vice, bread is a vice, all things potatoes, French fries, potato chips, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, potato salad, a gratin potato. Y'all get my drift. All things potatoes.
I'm getting hungry.
Like I was eating, and bread. So I do have potatoes in moderation now. I have reincorporated that in small doses, but I still don't eat a lot of bread. Like once a month, I might eat a sandwich because the carbs, and the sugar and the bread. And in between eliminating that, exercise. I went to a place called Legion Transformation Center. They're closed now, but it was group fitness. I'm one of those, I don't really like to exercise by myself. So if anybody that's out there watching, if y'all know of any like group fitness situations, somebody let me know. Cause yeah, they shut down. But it was just a combination of all of those things. And then I got with Shay when somebody asked earlier about getting to a stuck point or a plateau. When I got there, then I talked to Shay and I'm just like, okay, what else can I do? Like, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? And she pointed me in the right direction. The reading labels, like Rhonda was saying, more things to eliminate, more things to incorporate, exercise. So, to be quite honest, I'm not at my goal. I'm not too far off. But I want to probably do another 10 to 15 and then tone from there. But I don't exercise a whole lot. I don't. And I'm setting myself up to get beat up after this. But I was exercising for a long time and then I kind of like fell off from doing it. So I'm trying to get back into, because at work, I'm sitting all day. I'm stuck. Like for a whole 8 hours, I'm stuck except for going to the bathroom. So, but yeah, it was definitely, I was like all hands on everything that I could do. I was doing soups. Shay's soup program saved my life. I probably, out of the 55, half of that at least was from the soups, the shakes, the tea.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
I know.
So, yeah, I know.
That tea is no joke.
You stayed in the house for 2 days, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The tea is no
one
joke.
day, but no, don't catch sleeping.
All right, ladies. Next question from Janine Cochran. How hard is it to restrain yourselves when you're out shopping and you pass by a restaurant that you used to love to eat at? What stops you from going in?
That's for Kiara.
She put LOL.
That's for Kiara. That's for you, Key. Because you said you don't eat meat and things like that, like Texas Roadhouse. You don't go there. They roll.
Listen, nope. You know what? I got a workaround, and my husband teases me all the time. But it's weird for him to say, like, how can I eat so much salmon when he could eat chicken like 15 days a week? But I still figure out a way to go. So I'll just eat something else. If there's somewhere that I like, well, number one, on the meat tip, I'm scared to death to like die or go to the ER because I've heard horror stories of people trying to eat like quitting something for a while. Like I know a close friend of mine, she ate some buffalo chicken dip after like being pescatarian and like almost was in the ER. So that is my highest motivation to not do that because I don't want to die. But or be balled up somewhere with it coming out both ends and wishing that I was dead. So but yeah, I just find other things to eat. And I tell people all the time, I try, not to eat out as much, but when I do, there's almost everywhere has salad or they have shrimp or they have fish on the menu. So that's how I navigate that.
Anyone else? All right, so we have another question from Victoria Green. I know you stated how you got started, but was the weight loss the motivation to go further? How do you keep from falling off the wagon when you see your trigger food?
I eat it. I'm not depriving myself of anything. If I eat it, then that means I got to go harder on a elliptical, or if I got to do the jump rope, if I got to do an extra walk or whatever. I do not deprive myself. I know Shay doesn't like us to hear deprived because no, you're going to be your heart. I get it. But if I want the ice cream, the waffle cone ice cream, I'm going to eat the waffle cone ice cream. But I'm not going to be glutton. It's in moderation. Mm-hmm. Everything is in moderation. I just don't like depriving myself of anything. I'm going to add that extra chocolate syrup. But I know once I come in for the weigh-in, on Sunday morning or whatever, it's accountability. Sometimes I don't like this accountability because I'm not going to get on your, I'm not going to sign up and get on the Zoom because I know that I was wrong, but I know I'm going to go harder and work harder. You see my face? I'm going harder throughout the week because I want to make sure I lose the weight.
I appreciate you for your honesty. We still have goals, all right? Because we set new goals, all right, Miss? All right.
Great question,
I
Victoria.
agree with Rhonda. I don't deprive myself, but I don't just like eat it
Go
like a
willy-nilly, right?
gluttony. Yeah, but
Right.
I would eat it and that's it. Like it's like if I don't, I'm gonna crave it. And I feel like if I crave it, I'm gonna overeat it.
Overeat.
So how
Mhm.
about just go ahead, get the taste out my system, take accountability. I know what I gotta do. Hey, I had ribs over the weekend. I mean, I'm not gonna, I did.
Mhm.
I didn't have one, I had two. But guess what? All
Did you
week.
post that? Did you post that you? Oh, I'm sorry. You were right there with the person who was giving. You're right in the household with the
Oh,
person
she
who's
gave me
giving
the
you the
side
raise.
eye too. The side
She like
eye. But
two.
you know what? Guess
You ate it
what?
right in front of her, right?
I have had nothing but salads all week. So I had to pay for it. I paid for those two ribs.
You got it from my
But you know
husband.
what? I'm glad that you guys said that because that's something that I did forget. I pretty much go hardcore Monday through Friday. I'm soup, I'm smoothies, I'm whatever, and then on Saturday I will have something. So I don't completely, just be like, oh, I can't, have any of the thing. Like I definitely Saturday is what I call my cheat day. My cheats are not, but it was learning how to make a cheat like not be so bad.
Right.
And like you guys said, getting right back on track. And that's where I struggled for a long time. It was like once I had a French fry, then I had some the next day and the next day and the next day. And it just was a vicious cycle. Now I've made up my mind that like I'm not doing that. So I'll have an order of fries or I'll have a baked potato or whatever. And then the next day I get right back on track. So like y'all said, it's a way, it's you got to figure out what works for you. It's going to be a way to work around so that you don't have to, I mean, I like ice cream too. So yeah, figure out
I'm
a
a
way
better
that you
person
can
when I
still
eat those
have it,
things.
but then get back on it. You
Well,
might gotta, jog an extra couple laps or whatever, but it's all about what's worth it to you. And
Yeah.
to me, it's worth the extra laps if I want to have some ice cream.
I
I
love
do
the
want
way
to
you
add one
ladies are
thing.
talking.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
I want to be very transparent for the people who are watching. I did get help from Shay when I wanted to jumpstart it. I was working out, but then I said, give me a little boost. So the phentermine pill, I did ask for that 30-day supply for phentermine. So that helped give me a jump start. So I did become addicted to it, but I needed it as a jump start. So that helps you too, to get you motivated, whatever. When you start seeing the weight coming up, whatever. But then we still had to be accountable of still doing what you need to do to keep it off, because you don't want to be dependent upon a pill. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that I did take phentermine from a prescription.
Let me just say this about the phentermine.
Mm-hmm.
I do not prescribe phentermine for someone that's still eating Burger King, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Roadhouse.
Right.
You have to prove to me that you can adhere to a healthier diet, number one, before I will prescribe that medication. All right. And Rhonda had adhered to a healthier diet. But Rhonda wanted to curb her appetite more because she was still having those hungry cravings. So that's what phentermine does. It curbs that hunger. All right. But it doesn't stop you from putting the wrong foods into your mouth.
Right.
It just curbs the hunger, just like a blood pressure pill. It lowers your blood pressure, just like diabetes. It controls, no, it doesn't control your diabetes. It just stabilizes the diabetes. So phentermine is not a bad pill, number one. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. But again, like I said, I will not prescribe it for anyone. And I want to put that on the record. Okay. I will not prescribe it for anyone until they have shown that they can adhere to a healthy diet. Okay. So
That's for the people in the back. Don't be calling Shay talking about, let me get, y'all got some more of them phenamine pills.
Give me a quick fix.
No, I don't have it here. No, I don't have it here.
With your Burger King bag in the back seat.
I don't keep it here. It's a prescription. I have to write it.
But yeah, prescription.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Five Guys and get me some fries.
I know, right? I know. Yeah, I definitely want to
with the Diet Coke. Don't forget the extra large Diet Coke.
Exactly. There are medications that will help with weight loss, but if you have the right provider to work with you to help you to lose the weight, then that medication will help you. Like if a person is diabetic and they're overweight, then there are medications that are out there that can control your appetite and help to control your diabetes as well, to where you can get off of some of those pills. Mm-hmm. The metformin, the glipizide, the glyburide. You can get off those pills and just take that once a week injection and control your diabetes and control your cravings as well. But all these things, I mean, you have to talk to your doctor or even come talk to me about it. Trust me, I study. I mean, this is what I do, obesity management specialist. This is what I do. That's how I'm able to prescribe those medications for people to help them to lose that weight. But again, like I said, I will not prescribe if you don't show that you can lose the weight. And it's not 2 and 3 pounds. You really have to show that you can lose that weight. I'm looking at 2 to 3 pounds within the first week, 2 to 3 pounds within the second week, 2 to 3. It's have to be over a 30-day process. I have to see you in 30 days. Let's see what you have done in 30 days. If it's only 2 pounds, that's showing me that you really have not done anything at all. Mm-hmm. Sorry, nothing at all. So I will not prescribe phentamine for something like that. I will not. You will have to go to one of those other doctors that just will give you a pill just to give you a pill. And I will not.
Shots fired.
So it's about the quality of life for me.
Yes.
It's about the quality. So we have Diana Fanu. My goal is to start now. I like the realness in my doctor. This is one of my patients. She made me feel so proud, even when I thought I was going to miss my appointment because I felt bad about my health. But when I came in and I left, I was motivated. So in my 30 days here, I come. Thanks for making me feel special. Thank you, Diane. That's what we do, girl. We fix that crown.
Yeah.
Hey, Diana.
We had to fix that crown today. That's what we do. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate you, boo. I really do. So that's what we do. That's the kind of doctor that you want. That's the kind of doctor that you need. Somebody that's going to make you feel special when you walk into that door. Not someone that's going to make you feel that, hey, look, they just going to just get me in and get me out. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a patient that came in the other day and, you know, she said, this was going to be my last time coming here. But by the time I was done with her, she had tears rolling down her face. I'm like, why are you crying? She said, because nobody ever took the time to talk to me the way you did. And it's sad that most people talk to me that way. And it really disturbs me because anybody that sit across from me, they are so important to me. Why? It's your life. It's your life. These women that's on this show right now, their lives are so important to me. Why? It's their life. And somebody need them. And they cannot do anything for anyone if they land in a sick bed, if they've taken a bunch of medications, if they bog down with a bunch of excess weight that they do not need, if they're tired and they're sluggish, if they're depressed. Their lives are important. So if I can fix a crown, I will do that. Yeah. Because that's what we do here. That's what I do. Okay? Sorry, I had to get real for a minute. I'm sorry. But that's just who I am. I'm very serious about what I do. Obesity, unhealthy weight, I don't hate it. I just hate what it does to people. Mm-hmm. And I have to get it off. We have to get it off. We have to fight it. Just like we fight diabetes, just like we fight cancer, just like we fight hypertension, just like we fight every other disease. This is a disease and we have to fight it. We cannot adhere to it. We cannot be submissive to it. We have to fight it. Mm-hmm. And just like I fix your crown, you should fix someone else's as well. Because that's just what we do. African Americans, non-white Hispanic Americans, We at the highest rate for obesity, the highest rate for diabetes, high blood pressure. We at the highest rate. Why? Socioeconomic status is number one. Our intellect, number two. Number three, some of us just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do better. We have to do better as people. We have to do better by ourselves, for our family. As Kiara was saying, she noticed that the unhealthy eating habits that she had for her child was affecting her child. As Rhonda said, if she don't bring it in the house, they can't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
As Mommy Dearest in the top corner said, he only has Skittles every now and then.
No,
But these are things that you have to do. We have to buckle down. Really, ladies, I'm trying to have a moment here for our family. These are things that we have to do. All right. So we are coming up. I think we are at our 9 o'clock hour. We are at 9 o'clock. All right. So I just wanted to give a thanks to our women here that are on the show. I think that is it with our questions. I do have a couple of shout outs that I want to put out there. I definitely want to thank JC3. Thank you, JC3, for putting our commercials out there, sir. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
I know that we bombarded you with a lot of stuff in these days. We threw these commercials together for us so quickly, so we really appreciate you. If anyone is interested in marketing or if they need someone to market their business, we have his information here. Is Jco at jc3ent.com. He is amazing. And I know I put the pressure on him today. I know I put the pressure on him since last week. And he just came out and he just did things amazing. I think he put Beverly's stuff together in one day. Did he, Bev?
Yes.
And he just did a great job. So
they looked incredible.
Yes.
Everybody
Where did I get to see
so
these?
good.
I don't. Where are they?
Oh, I will send it to you. Well, I do apologize.
Instagram and Facebook.
I'm sorry, I'm not on any social media.
Well, I will send it to you, Lover. We do apologize. But yes, JC3, sir, we thank you. All right.
Thank you.
If anybody is interested in any of Fit for Life services, I promise the way these ladies describe me, I really am not like that in the beginning. I'm not like that. So if you would like to schedule a consultation, it's sbbfitforlife.org, or you can call 443-470-9140, or either send a text for a free consultation. I am looking to improve people's health. That's all I want to do. That is it. Fix the crown. That is it. All right. You guys can contact me at any time. I think we have one more comment, guys, down here. Awesome job, ladies. That was Auntie LaVesta. Always Auntie LaVesta. We have another comment from Miss Victoria. Thanks, ladies. I appreciate the information and the motivation as I attempt to navigate my process up. Miss Victoria, I would love to have you as a client. I'm just waiting. Phone call away. Okay. Just a phone call away. And we have Miss Jackie laughing in the background. One of y'all probably did something or said something about me. She's probably laughing at y'all about me. All right.
I don't know nothing about that.
All right, guys. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for chiming into our show. Again, if you have any questions about our show, my information is just circling down there at the bottom of the screen. Again, we'd like to thank you, ladies, for telling us about your story and just taking the opportunity to share your story with strangers. Okay, some of them are strangers, but some of the people you do know. And I'm quite sure that somebody actually learned something from your stories. I'm hoping that they did, because this is no joke. The obesity epidemic is no joke. It's taking us out one by one. Okay, so chime in again next week for our another edition of Opening Up a New Me. We will have more guests on our show. The stories are amazing. So be looking to be wild again. All right, guys. So we are going to go. It is now, time to go. 9:09.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. God bless.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye,
Thank
everybody. Good
you.
night.
Good night.